anybody, business is about taking a risk. Out of the 10 ideas that you have, probably 8 or 9 you will fail. But make sure that the 1 or 2 that you succeed nullify the 8 failures that you have. Do not be afraid of taking a dive. जो डर गया वो मर गया. Do not be afraid. Yeah? You know, I've had failures in my life that you cannot believe, but you know what? Carry on. This is where the persistency comes in. Right? But too many people, too many consultants will tell you that strategy is everything. How important do you think strategy is in business? From, say, if I said, how important is strategy from 1 to 10? 1 is the least important and 10 is the most important. Where do you think strategy sits? But go back to the definition of strategy. Strategy is where you position yourself. First करें कि हम कहते हैं कि we'll produce this paper, it'll be the most quality orientated, right? And we will price it above everybody else, it'll be a premium product. And we go to market. And there's another company who does the same thing, but they do it slightly better than us. I.e., we've got the uniqueness right, so we've defined the uniqueness. We've got Maslow's hierarchy of need in terms of selecting the customers that we want. We've got the pricing right. And we've decided in terms of strategy that this is where we're going to position our product through the marketing that we're doing. But somehow, you want that product in 7 days, but we're delivering it on the 10th day. The other guy hasn't got really a strategy, doesn't understand all this, but is delivering it within 5 days. Who's going to win? Right. The crucial mistake that most companies make, they get obsessed with strategy because that's the easy bit to do. The next, in fact, I would give strategy 2, and I would give what is known as organizational effectiveness 8 out of 10. क्योंकि अगर आप डिलीवर नहीं कर रहे जो प्रॉब्लम है कस्टमर को, तो आपकी स्ट्रैटेजी ये कभी कामयाब नहीं होगी. So you could have the best commander in chief with the best strategy, but if the guy is at the tank, right, the tank is not going at the speed, or you've not trained the guy at the front end to deliver that fire when you want it, your strategy has failed. So the first bit of your question was, can we create a multi-million-pound company? The answer is yes. And the next bit is the employees who can do it. It's the operational effectiveness that you guys give to the organization that delivers its success that it wants. So 8 out of 10 goes to people like you. 1, maybe 2 out of 10 goes to the senior management for creating the strategy. This is where the developing world actually fails and the developed world actually succeeds, because they've realized that. And this is where China, Turkey, Malaysia have picked up on that. We have not picked up on that yet. We're too obsessed about this, that. Okay, I'm now going to move to the controversial bit for most organizations, which is employees. So the second bit of the statement, so it's the employees that make it happen. And I'm going to ask a very simple, actually. So remember the personal dream chart? Yeah? We talked about earlier. That is the key. What does leadership bring to the organization? अगर मुझे आपने टाइटल दिया मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर का और आप लोगों को पता है कि मेरे पास पावर है लीडर की, because what you said earlier on just doesn't happen in Pakistan, it happens across the globe, because power by its very nature corrupts. Yeah, power by itself corrupts. And absolute power corrupts absolutely. This is what happened in Bhutto's era, when there was no opposition. In that circumstances, what do you think is needed for you guys to realize your dreams, and the management gets its dreams of creating a massive organization? Where does the responsibility lie of matching your personal dreams? There's two warring factions. One is the company, हमने हायर किया यार, cost है, हमने risk ली है, right? We should squeeze you till the pips come out. And you're saying, I've got my personal dreams, I want to live that, right? You're taking the pips out. I can't, life balance nahi hai. I can't give, I can't be the best husband, I can't be the best father, I can't self-actualize. जो मेरे अपने ज़ाती जो ख्वाहिशात हैं, वो मैं पूरा नहीं कर रहा. There's a battle going on. So how do you resolve that? It can be resolved.
Sir, I think the compromise...
There's no compromise. There's no compromise. You're being a politician again. Listen, you should be a politician. I think living in Pakistan, you have to be, you have to duck and dive, but you're being too in business, right? You've got to be very clear. What's the main purpose of any organization?
Right person at right place. Right person at right place.
मैंने organizations का main purpose क्या है?
One profit.
You're nearly there. Wealth creation. I think fundamentally हम जो है ना वो भूल गए हैं, अपने जो value system है ना वो भूल गए हैं. Wealth creation is a combined effort. But क्योंकि जो leadership है उसके पास power होती है, वो उसको absolutely इस्तेमाल करती है और उसे abuse करती है. That is the reality. Boss आ गए. This culture, like I said to you, is obnoxious. It makes me vomit every time I come to Pakistan. I can stand up to a prime minister or a minister there, an ordinary person, working class person, and say, why are you doing this? You guys, you young guys need to actually adopt that culture. Why in the name of God are we doing this? And the leadership has got to be big enough to say, right, these people's ideas, their creativity, their innovative minds, right, are actually for the benefit. So the question that they're asking, if it's in relation to the uniqueness that we've created and the vision that the company has created, then they are justified in asking that question. That cultural shift is not happening in Pakistan. In fact, what I've observed is the bigger the company gets, the bigger the gap between the people and the management. They start driving, Range Rovers, Rolls Royces, Lamborghinis, and the poor guys coming in, rickshaw. This wealth sharing has to change. It fundamentally has to change. That is why you are getting 200 million, no, 2 million, is it 2 million plus freelancers in Pakistan? Because they do not actually now feel, the young people now feel being part of an organization is not good for them. We cannot have that. My message to you guys comes from somebody who's from outside, who's seen the world systems, is that you really, that's the fundamental shift that you need to do. And there are ways of doing it. There are really ways of actually doing it. And again, I haven't got time for that. And the way you do that is a SWOT analysis. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your opportunities? And what are your threats? Yep. And I don't know whether you guys have done your SWOT analysis. एक तो organizational SWOT analysis होता है, and then there needs to be a SWOT analysis on each one of you. जो personal appraisal होता है, that needs to be done on every 3 months. आपके tasks, goals, self-learning, right? Those weaknesses need to be turned, or they need to be mitigated. How many people have worked here for more than 5 years? Right. How many times have you actually done a SWOT analysis on yourself and put a plan of life learning and innovative learning? So you are in an industry that is changing on a daily and an hourly basis. And in the last 5 years, you've not had an appraisal of your SWOT analysis of your skills and how they're aligned to the people in India that you're competing with, or Russia, or China. How the hell are you going to compete to get more business? It is for all of you. You need to actually, at your skill level, I can understand somebody producing, say, carrot juice. Yeah? It's because they're getting carrots and they're just putting it in a machine. It is not a very kind of technical game. You guys are very technical, it's very educational, it's very thought-led, right? It has to be a cooperative venture between the senior management and yourselves if you're to beat the world, because that is where technology is now going to be impacting everything. So you guys are the future revolutionaries and wealth creators of Pakistan PLC. And if a company which is 12-year-old is not actually doing that, what can I expect for somebody who's got just 2 or 3 people in a company? And we are people who are leading Pakistan through JumpStart and Lift. We're trying to teach other people that this is what you should be doing. We want to teach the world, right? Yet in our own organization, from what we've discovered, we're not really a model for innovation and copying. Is that fair? Do you think that is fair? See, that's their culture again. जी
just add one more point जो आपकी बात है basically what I feel here when I come back to Pakistan back in 2016 जो employee development है it's a story of every company, every third company ऐसे ही यहाँ पे ये employee development में जिस तरह IT का sector है उसमें हर 6 महीने बाद टेक्नोलॉजी चेंज हो रही है. कंपनी के एक होल शेयर जो प्रॉफिट उन्हें मिलता है वो अपने ऊपर यूज कर रहे हैं. एम्प्लॉय की जो डेवलपमेंट है उसके ऊपर वर्किंग नहीं होती. नो वर्कशॉप्स, नो ट्रेनिंग्स, नो एक्स्ट्रा. जो कि बाहर की कंपनीज आपने देखी है कि हर एवरी थर्ड मंथ किसी न किसी एम्प्लॉय को कुछ ना कुछ मिलता है ताकि वो कम्पीट कर सके बाकी रेस्ट ऑफ वर्ल्ड के साथ. जो इनोवेशन है, क्रिएटिविटी है, वो इसी तरह ही आती है जब आप इन टच रहते हैं चीज़ों के साथ. When you are doing the same thing over and over again, तो वो फिर आपके एक जिसे कहते हैं ना एक बहुत
नहीं, वो जो आप बात कर रहे हैं बिल्कुल बजा है, मगर I think I'm being deliberately harsh on the management. मैं deliberately harsh हो रहा हूँ, मगर there's a saying in English, it takes 2 to tango. यहाँ के जो employees हैं ना, उनका भी mindset कुछ it needs to change. The Germans, after the Second World War, the trade unions, जो workers' rights को protect करते थे, they realized that it became them and us. Yeah, and what they did, they actually started bringing the trade unions on the boards. So policy making, right, became a collaborative venture. So ये जो बात हम strategy की कर रहे थे, uniqueness की, right? Currently what happens in Pakistan, that the board decides that employee has no say in it. That is a recipe for disaster. That is a recipe for disaster, particularly where you're thinking about knowledge economy. Yours is a knowledge economy. It's services. You have to be part and parcel of the uniqueness that you create, the business model that you create, the route to market that you take, the customer service that you give, right? And the developmental work, the research and development hardly happens in Pakistan. So it's not just the management. So I'm not just taking their side now, right? I think there needs to be an adjustment of values and work ethics. So this morning was a classic example of where everybody needs to change their mindset. So it's a self-analysis. I think the other key thing that I would actually add, why does anybody, what is the purpose of hiring somebody? So if I've got a company that's been going for about 12 years, I hire somebody, what is my key objective in hiring that person? Yeah, you can train them, induct them to deliver. You can educate them in terms of where uniqueness is and what the value systems are. But the key thing that any organization must have it, the heart of its HR policy, is when I interview and say, you're the man for the job, the next 5 years or 10 years of this person's journey should have one and only one objective, and that is, how do I make this person successful? अगर ये successful होगा तो वो organization भी successful होगी. The problem here is that we get too technical. You know, you're a this programmer, you have got a, this is your job specification. We make that so damn boring. आपने एक cog एक machine में उसको बना दिया, and he can't do anything else. It's just there. जो उसके माइंड में क्रिएटिविटी है, जो इनोवेटिव थॉट्स उसके जहन में आती हैं, right? We actually kill them because we pigeonhole that person, right? And that's all he does all his life. You've seen people, they come in, they sit at that desk, they come at 9 o'clock, they finish at 5 o'clock, right? They could close their, I call that a photocopy life. They drive, they wake up, alarm comes on, they drive, and by God, right, I've seen this happen, right? People actually are on autopilot. They drive on the same route and they park their car or a motor in a particular spot. अगर किसी और ने वो spot ले लिया है तो उसको depression हो जाएगा सारा दिन. They drink at a certain time, right? It's become a photocopy life. You've got to kill that. So the key is, how do I capture the most creative entity that Allah has given us in the universe and align that to the uniqueness, and how do we actually recreate and reinvigorate that creativity? So how does BMW stay alive? How does McDonald's stay alive and connected with the demands of its customers on a daily basis, on an hourly basis, so it stays relevant? Do you know what a life cycle concept is? Every product and service has a life cycle concept, right? So you start, you introduce the product, early adopters take that, people, the risk takers take that, and then the next set of people take it. And it actually reaches a stage where it starts now declining, maturing. That, when you reach, this company has been going for 12 years. I think it's reached a place where it's plateaued. It might even be in a decline. And the reason why things go into a decline is because this innovative, creative mindset that its employees have has been pigeonholed into job specification and person specification, right, and nothing else. Yes, you need people to actually do that job which they've been given, but do we give them certain amount of time to be creative and innovative so you stay ahead of the competition? That is the key bit in the 21st century that we have to do. Okay, so imagine that we've selected you. How do you make that? So if the key is to make the person that you're employing become successful, what is the key thing that you've got to do in an organization that makes them successful?
By evaluating yourself on daily basis.
मैं अब ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की बात कर रहा हूँ कि उन्होंने क्या करना है. What do they need to do? जी?
That they should evaluate themselves, that how they will, retain the employees and work on their goals.
Right? So vision is where you are and where you want. It's the point Z. Or where that might take you 10, 20, 30 years, but in your mind you know exactly what is it that you want this organization to achieve. So none of you know what the vision of this organization is. And how long have you been going? 12 years. So if I want you to become effective and successful, we just agreed that if I'm hiring you, I need you to be successful, because if you're successful, then the organization is going to be successful. मगर अगर आपको पता ही नहीं है कि हम जा कहाँ रहे हैं, you've got blindfolders, you come in, you've got this photocopy life, you come and sit down, you do your bit, right, and then you go like an autopilot and you go home. अल्लाह बचाएगा पाकिस्तान को, क्योंकि लिखा है कि पाकिस्तान तबाह नहीं हो सकता. वो आधा हमने चला गया 1971 में, बलूचिस्तान जा रहा है, राइट, और सिंध भी जा रहा है, मगर नहीं जाएगा. जब चला गया, यार अल्लाह की मर्जी थी. अच्छा, let me give you a little example of how important this is. So Kennedy, who got shot in America, there was a competition between the Russians and the Americans to go to the moon. So NASA comes to the president and said, we want to put the man on the moon first, right? And they agree, they sign it off. So the president wants to go visit NASA, right? So he goes there and he wants to go to the washroom. So he goes to the washroom and there's a Negro, and you can read this up, there's a Negro, right, cleaning the toilets. So he does his bit, washes his hand, and he asks the Negro, why are you here? What is your purpose of being here? And you know what the man says? Sir, America is going to be the first nation to put the man on the moon. And you know what Kennedy said to his guys? He says, we will beat the Russians. Because even the cleaner knows what our vision is. So the whole of the organization is aligned to delivering the vision. And if you don't even know the vision, then every one of you are working at an individual vision which the company does not even know. The next bit is the mission. So this is how we make you successful. We share in the vision. You own certain percentage of that. You are a stakeholder in this company because you believe in that vision.
Like a person has a goal or mission in life, then same with goes with the organization. Any organization should have a mission in the life cycle of that organization. Because I think life cycle of our organization is more bigger than as compared to the life cycle of personal.
Okay, give me a concise definition of a mission.
Vision is the product where you want to be after a certain time period of time. Then vision is how you will achieve or how you will get over there.
Well done.
Short term.
Well done. It's the assets you employ, the tactics you use, right? It is the core of the organizational's capabilities coming together, aligning themselves with where you want to go, and everybody plays their part. Even this damn machine has a mission. You've bought that because it has a mission to deliver your vision. Everything, tangible, intangible, becomes part of that. Everything that you buy has a reason to deliver that. So this is part of you being successful. We're not now talking about the organization, we're talking about how each person, because the second part was, and it's the employees who make it happen. That's the bit we were talking about. So after the mission, so if any of you play cricket here? Okay. Can you play cricket without knowing the rules? So you need to, oh, वो तो बच्चे हैं ना, आप बच्चे हैं अभी. नहीं, मैं आपकी बात कर रहा हूँ, बच्चों की बात नहीं कर रहा. So let's stick to. नहीं, मैं अब you're being a politician again, right? So let's be definitional. So you need to know the rules if you want to play the game. So vision तो ये है कि हमने दुनिया की नंबर 1 टीम बनना है. मिशन ये है कि हमने बेस्ट टैलेंटेड पीपल ऑन मेरिट लेने हैं, उनको ट्रेनिंग देनी है. उनका जो विजन, जो क्रिएटिव, जो पर्सनल ड्रीम्स है कि आई वांट टू बी द बेस्ट बॉलर, आई वांट टू बी द बेस्ट विकेट कीपर, आई वांट टू बी द बेस्ट फील्डर, उनको ट्रेनिंग देनी है, फैसिलिटेशन करनी है, उनको एसेट्स देने हैं कि वो उसमें कामयाब हो जाए. अब जो नेक्स्ट बिट इज आई थिंक something that we Pakistanis need to really learn, which we really, वो हमने दुनिया को दिया है, but we've forgotten it ourselves. What do you think that is? जी?
अपने काम से जुड़े रहना, जो काम है वही करना, मतलब.
It's bigger. इसमें इकबाल का फलसफा खुद ही का सुना होगा आपने. खुद ही कहाँ से आती है जी? जी, मगर वो उसका फ्यूल क्या है? अच्छा, and the reason why I want to engage you and not giving you the answer is you guys need to think critically. Here the management tells you we need to get away from that. You guys need to be collaborative. What made Muslims great, what makes any civilization great, is the wisdom. And wisdom comes from values. And values are the rules. Islam has certain rules. Christianity has certain rules. Cricket has certain rules. A game of entrepreneurship, must have certain rules in order to create the values. Okay, what are the values of this company? What are the 5 values that this company has? Can anybody tell me?
Politics.
नहीं, कहाँ पे लिखी कहाँ है? आपको जब आप एम्प्लॉय हुए इस कंपनी में, जब आपकी इंडक्शन हुई, तो आपको इंडक्शन पैक में वैल्यू सिस्टम जो है, रूल्स, जब आपको सेलेक्ट किया जाता है, आप कहते हैं कि मैंने टेनिस खेलना है, तो पहला ये है कि यू नीड टू नो, हमें पता है कि आपके पास टैलेंट, जब मैंने आपको सेलेक्ट किया है, मुझे पता है कि आपके पास टैलेंट है, जो कैपेबिलिटीज़ हैं, तभी तो मैंने सेलेक्ट किया है ना. अब मेरी जॉब है कि मैं आपको सक्सेसफुल बनाऊं एज एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. What are the value systems of this organization? How do you actually guys behave? How do you create a culture? How do you create an environment? Where's the value system? Have you got one? What do you think should be the first value of this company?
Work hard.
No. That will come later. Be honest. Be transparent. If you make a mistake, own up. Teamwork. Never talk badly about your organization and your associates. अगर ये 5 ही रख लें यार, yeah? Do you think you'll become a great organization? And every month आपका जो अप्रेजल है उसके ऊपर ये आपको अप्रेज किया जाए कि क्या, और 360 डिग्रीज आपका अप्रेजल हो. एवरी बंदे से पूछा जाए जब आपका अप्रेजल हो कि मोहम्मद क्या ये इन 5 वैल्यू सिस्टम में आपके साथ कैसे पेश आया. Do you think you will change the organization in the next 5 months? इसी तरह nations बनती हैं. This is how you make nations. When the Muslims adopted this. अच्छा, सर्वे आया आज तकरीबन 2 महीने हो गए हैं यूके में, and one of my associates at NHS actually sent me an email, and it said the following countries are not Muslim, but they are the most adoptive of the value system of Muslims. ये शायद आप लोगों ने देखी हो ये. Have you seen it? Look it up. And उसमें the top was Geneva, I think. Then some other. They were all Western countries. जिनमें value system जो था इंसानियत का, you know, giving you law and order, giving you equality, and you know the Muslim countries were right at the bottom. So we taught the world the value system. I think what we've lost is this bit. When you change this, वो जो पहले बात हो रही थी ना collaboration की, कि leader की, Sir ji culture, this will disappear. It can't go just by saying that Sir ji culture is no good. You've got to have practical rules of engagement. So value से बनता है culture. So when you create that and you have your uniqueness, you have your business model, what comes lastly? This is the bit that is interesting. Of all, I mean, in the last kind of 30 years of my kind of journey in entrepreneurialism across the globe, this is the bit that is really, really interesting. And Pakistan is a victim of that more than anybody. What do you think is the problem? I'll tell you, there are 2 actual real problems here. Normally ये होता है कि you create a product, yeah, and you solve a problem, and you have customers, and you're making product. So I am the originator, yeah. So let me give you an example. There's a guy in Lahore who makes the best moti laddu on planet Earth. ठीक है, उसने प्रोडक्ट बना लिया, मगर वो बैठा है जी, I make the best laddus, मेरे बगैर दुनिया तबाह हो जाएगी, कुछ नहीं बन सकता, मैं ही सब कुछ जानता हूँ, बाकी कोई नहीं जानता. So he sat there 24/7 making laddus and sat there collecting the money, right? So he's got the product, but he's got the personality in the business, but he's making profit. He is the problem in the business, because the business has got everything else. It's got the employees, it's got the uniqueness. People are willing to pay more because they see the quality aspirations in his product. What we need to move to is a product systemization, consistency that will give you global scaling. The people who are in charge feel so important, so delusionally important, and that is the reason why we haven't got a multinational, because we're doing this. It comes back to the values and it comes back to the culture. And in order to grow, then you need strategic planning. So when you put all these factors, normally ये जो lecture मैं आपको दे रहा हूँ ना, it would take me 6 months within any company to go through all this, because we haven't got 6 months. I'm whizzing through all this, right? And some of it might not make sense to you because we're hurrying through this, But fundamentally, right? अगर आपने vision create कर लिया है, मगर उसको तो फिर populate करना है कि year 10, realistically we can do this in year 10, right? But that what you do is you come back to year 1, you create your strategic objectives. वो होता है strategic planning, and that needs to be done on a yearly basis. तो उसके 4 parameters होते हैं. Strategic planning के 4 parameters होते हैं. Can you tell me what they are? You're all graduates, remember this. You are the train engines. डब्बे जो पीछे आ रहे हैं ना, they're looking to you guys. That's why I asked you, what did you graduate in at the beginning? You are the engines of Pakistan. What are the 4 parameters? Because otherwise you're just going to be all over and your meetings are going to become shouting matches. Come on guys. What are the 4 parameters? Lead us up. No, 4 parameters. I want 4 parameters. You're giving me detail. I want parameter headline. No. Okay, I'll give it to you. We said the company exists for the sole purpose of creating wealth. Yes? So the first pillar, whether it's a charity or non-profit making or a profit making organization, is what are your financial priorities? Now you're looking confused. Number 1, I'd pick 4 key priorities, because these are strategic objectives that the board sets, right? Number 1 would be revenue growth strategies. Okay? You must have that. That's about market share, new products, existing markets, new markets. Clear? Okay. Then the next bit is productivity strategies. You need to have 40, 50 different strategies for each heading in the financials. If you haven't got them, right, you better go find them. And the next bit is asset utilization. You have this, you've invested it, you probably use it once a week. Why have you bought it? Just hire it once a week. Why are you doing something if it's not giving you a return on your investment? So that's number 1. Yeah. Number 2 is your customer priorities. So what could be your customer? Because the customer is the only aspect in your business model that gives you the revenue. So here, your key strategic objective is, जो आपके पास customers हैं, how can you retain them? Because normally what happens, most companies just chase after new customers. They actually don't look after the customers that they have. How do you look after your existing customers? And then, how do you actually grow the value of those customers? So if a company is your customer, how do you know that the money they spend on a year, do you know how much they spend on your cluster? Or in technology platforms, how much total are they spending? You need to find that out. Yeah? And of that total, how much are you getting? How can you get more? That should be your strategy with your existing customers. New customers, is it in the existing clusters that you're serving, existing industries, or are you moving into new industries? So right now, it's robotics, it's blockchain, it's nanotechnology, right, aerospace. Now, with Virgin and Musk going into space travel, that is going to be a massive, massive kind of boost in terms of that technology. How do you guys get into that market before somebody else does? That's where innovation and new learning comes in. We've talked about increase revenue per customer, reduce cost per customer. How do you think you can do that? There are costs associated with customers. What do you think one of the biggest costs is? No, customer complaints. Customer complaints. How can you reduce that? Do it right first time. Lean management. Okay, the next bit is internal processes. Have you done a customer journey map? Marketing. Have you done a customer journey map? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me your customer journey map. Explain to me.
The customer has to go through a business funnel that starts from the awareness stage. Then we have to...
What was the last marketing campaign that you did that actually showed attributes of what your products are?
I've done marketing for the Giga Mall and World Trade Center, and apart from that, the International Times. So there were certain applications and there were certain software that people were not aware of. So I used to make sure that all the three funnels of business are fulfilling the needs of the customer. The one who is in the awareness stage, the one who is in the consideration stage, and one who is in the conversion stage. So all three stages have to be taken care of. So what if any sort of customer arrives, you have the solution or the answer presented to that customer.
Okay. So if the first bit is doing the architect for the problem, who are the architects here? Not architects buildings, but when you do a technology platform, you do an architect first, don't you? As how you're going to solve this problem, how you create. So how many of you do the architecture bit? Okay, so that comes first. Then you'll get bill of materials. So if it's a board or a whatever, whether it's labor, right? You'll then do the costing. Yeah, that is time bound. Yeah. And then based on that, you will tell your customer, this is how much time it's going to be, this is what it's going to cost you. Then you say, we will deliver this, we think, roughly by this time. But if everybody's not connected to that framework, do you think your marketing is going to be effective? Right, so that's another bit that you've got to look at. The next bit is we talked about giving power of innovation and creativity. Why are we doing this? Why have we been doing this for 12 years? What value does it us? So every single process जो आप कर रहे हैं, have you ever asked how is this asking value addition? Why are we doing this? Okay? So this is the innovative, giving you the power to say to management, why are we doing this? There's a better way of doing this. It's more cost effective. So that's that innovative, creative stuff that you've got to do. And the last bit, I think, and I'll end on this, is how do you actually grow yourself as a human being in an organization? So what is it that you do as an organization outside work to facilitate? Have you got a cricket team? How do you help the kids in their education? Right? How do you develop their individuality? So somebody might like write poetry. So do you actually go and wherever there is a mushaira that this person is part of, do you actually sponsor that mushaira? So you say to this person, we love your creativity outside work, but as a corporate social responsibility and to create that culture, we're going to actually go do that, right? And how do you then, as an organization, connect with the problems of society? Because what's the point of you having loads and loads of money when there are nearly 18 million kids out of school, 22 million kids who don't even go to school? There are so many people with stunted growth. There are people who are living in mud huts, and you guys are driving Mercedes and stuff like that and not doing anything for that. That's the value for the organization. I think the day we adopt these things that I've talked about, and the West is not superior. They actually borrowed our value systems and adopted them, whereas we have given them free of charge and tried to copy their commercial, materialist, bada ghar chahiye, car chahiye, McDonald's mein jana hai, right? But we're empty. Hamari jo khudi hai na, wo humne bech diye. At an organizational level and at an individual level. Symbolism is too much. We play with symbolism. Jo reality hai, the principled reality, I think we all need to go back and grab that. Thank you very much. All right, questions and answers. Speak up, please.
You talk about a vegan.
Ji.
You talk about a vegan.
Ji.
And my question is that how we can reduce the gap between the vision and the reality, because there is so much gap between these two things.
I would say to you, very fundamentally, somebody who's going to dream that much of a vision is going to take the same amount of effort. If you want to compete in the global market, and if you want Pakistan to become a big nation, please dream big, but perform, lift yourself, get out your comfort zone, right? Because if you have small vision, reality is what you perceive it to be. अगर आपने reality इतनी देखनी है तो इतनी होगी. अगर दुनिया को conquer करना है आपने, and then you've got to have a bigger vision. Then don't think of comfort. Then you've got to work together, collaboratively. जो कौमें छोटा सोचती है ना, वो छोटी रहती हैं. हाँ, there is a difference between, just aspirations. मैंने ये करना है, मैंने वो करना है. Idle talk. But I think today we've talked about having a vision, then process management, collaboration, vision, mission, value system, create a culture, right? Share the wealth. Leadership is about not that I'm the managing director, is how do I make you, whatever Allah has given you, how do I actually release that creativity and give you the power to become a leader in that field. And tomorrow you might leave me and set up another business. I would love that to happen. क्योंकि जो मेरी uniqueness जो मैंने create की है ना, वो जो space that we were talking about, you can never create that because I'm the originator. जो Rolex watch है, people try to copy them, don't they? Has anybody else come with a better Rolex? No, they haven't. Do you think many people have left Rolex and set up other watch companies? They have. So don't have a small vision.
Sir, I have one more question. आपने जो बात की थी एक $multi-million कंपनी की और उसको एम्प्लॉय के साथ एक लिंकअप किया. मेरा एक एक्सपीरियंस गुजरा है कुछ लास्ट कंपनीज के साथ इम्प्लीमेंटेड ERP सॉफ्टवेयर SAP के. आई वाज अ कंसल्टेंट. ऑपरेशंस के लिए उन्हें दिया गया था कि जी ऑपरेशंस हमारे जो है मैच्योर नहीं है. कंपनी सेट दैट टू द थर्ड कंपनी उसको आ गया. लेकिन जब इम्प्लीमेंटेशन हुई सारा कुछ हुआ, ऑपरेशंस को एक उसके ऊपर एक स्टैंडर्ड के ऊपर रख दिए गए. लेकिन स्टिल पीपल नॉट यूजिंग दैट सॉफ्टवेयर. और एक जो बड़ी जो स्ट्रॉन्ग ये पॉलिटिक्स होती है, कंपनी पॉलिटिक्स होती है, वो उस सॉफ्टवेयर के आगे फेमस है। नाउ employees के पास each and everything they have, but the company's revenues, the company's each and everything stand on the still उसी जगह पे है जहाँ पे वो पिछले 2-3 सालों से लाइक के कोई एक्स्ट्रा एडिशन जो है उसमें इम्प्रूवमेंट नहीं ला सकती इन फॉर्म ऑफ सॉफ्टवेयर हो जाते हैं। तो ये जो एक कंपनी पॉलिटिक्स है जो आपको भी पता है कि वो होती है पाकिस्तान में बहुत ज़्यादा, यही है सब कुछ। इसको किस तरह आप देखते हैं कि ये जो सारा आपका लेक्चर था इसमें ये कहाँ फिट इन होती है, या इसकी क्या रीजंस हैं कि इसको ओवरकम किया जाए?
ओके, वो ये है कि देखें, जब आप एक विजन स्टेटमेंट बनाते हैं ना, और मिशन स्टेटमेंट और वैल्यू सिस्टम्स जिससे कल्चर बनता है, अगर वो आप कॉस्मेटिक एक्सरसाइज कर रहे हैं, जो हमारा शायद आप लोगों ने पढ़ा हो, आपका 2025 विजन जो आपकी इंडस्ट्रियल पॉलिसी है, हैज़ एनीबॉडी रेड दैट? नो, पढ़ा है आपने? अच्छा, वो लिखा बहुत खूबसूरत गया है, मगर अगर आप पॉलिसी मेकर हैं जैसे मैं हूँ, तो जब आप देखते हैं कि उसकी इम्प्लीमेंटेशन स्टेज जो आती है जहाँ पे आपने मिशन क्रिएट करना है, वो लैकिंग है। क्योंकि इंडस्ट्रियल पॉलिसी जो है वो टॉप डाउन नहीं होनी चाहिए। आपको देखना है कि लाहौर में कितनी बिजनेसेस हैं, किन किन सेक्टर्स में किस स्टेज पे हैं, और उनको कहाँ हमने बिजनेस सपोर्ट देनी है ताकि वो ग्रो कर सकें। जब हर सिटी में ये बॉटम अप अप्रोच रखेंगे तो फिर आपकी इंडस्ट्रियल पॉलिसी होती है। और गवर्नमेंट का ये मकसद होता है कि अब वो इन्वायरमेंट ऐसी क्रिएट करे दैट एनेबल्स ऑल दीज स्पेशलिस्ट। सो सियालकोट इज़ अबाउट स्पोर्ट्स, Islamabad is about diplomacy, Lahore is about food, fashion, whatever it might be. इसी तरह होता ये है कि जो कंपनीज होती हैं उनकी जो लीडरशिप है, अगर वो फेक लीडरशिप है तो वो वेस्टर्न कंपनीज को एमुलेट करने के लिए अपना विजन मिशन वेबसाइट पे डाल देंगे, मीटिंग्स भी कर लेंगे, मगर इन रियलिटी वो जो उनका एक्चुअल माइंडसेट है ना, वो वही पुराना सरजी कल्चर है, मेरे पास पावर है, आप लोगों ने वही करना जो कुछ मैं करना। तो उस सिचुएशन में जो आपका एक्चुअल वैल्यू सिस्टम है और उनका वैल्यू सिस्टम है जो इन रियलिटी है, वो क्लैश होगा। वो जब क्लैश होगा देन देयर इज देम एंड अस। In that situation, I would advise you to leave, get a group of people together, start with nothing. Start with nothing. Money is not the solution to everything. It is the vision and getting the right people with the right culture and right values. जब वो आपके पास होगी ना, then everybody will give you. जो मैंने वो कहा था ना, you need to respect each other, you need to be honest, you need to be transparent, right? You need to work as a team. Now you must actually believe in that and practice that. अगर आपको नहीं मिल रहा, आप लोग जवान हैं, you should show them how to do it. It might take you 5 years. It might take, and there's another disease, short-termism. ये जिंदगी का सफर है यार। ये जो काम आपने करना है, नेशन बिल्डिंग जो है, ये सिर्फ आप अपने लिए ठीक है कर रहे हैं, मगर द बिगर गेम इज नेशन बिल्डिंग। अगर आपने ये काम करना है तो दिस इज अ 20 to 25 year journey. I'm telling you, as a 60-year-old person, when I was at your age, I was just thinking about myself. That's natural, वो जो मास्लो की hierarchy. But you need to be utilizing yourself. Or learn about your culture, about your poetry, about your literature, आपके जो folk, जो heritage है यार, हमने अपनी heritage तबाह कर दी है। Countryside, wildlife, all that kind of stuff. Because we are made of our heritage, जो हमारी तारीख है। We don't actually value arts anymore. Everybody is technology. खाली पुतले हैं यार। This is, this materialism is nothing but evil. In my opinion, is nothing but evil. क्योंकि then जो खुद ही आपके अंदर जो रूह है आपकी, वो खाली होगी. And this is what is happening. This commercialization of everything is a danger. Anybody else? जी।
एक मसला है हमारा ये कि एक कंपनी के गोल हैं और एक हमारे गोल हैं। अब हमने कंपनी के गोल भी लिए हैं, अपने गोल भी लिए हैं। तो मसला यहाँ पे क्रिएट हो रहा है कि एम्प्लॉय कंपनी के गोल भी लेके बैठा हुआ है और अपने गोल भी लेके बैठा हुआ है.
अच्छा, मैं this actually I started on this, but because I haven't got a lot of time. अच्छा, देखना ये है जो point number 2 था, will they enjoy the role? So I didn't, right, separate their needs from their real passions. अच्छा, जब मैंने इंटरव्यू किया है आपको एक जॉब के लिए, अगर रिस्पॉन्सिबल कंपनी ये कहेगी कि आपका रियल पैशन क्या है, पोइट्री है, यू नो, डू यू वांट टू वर्क विद पीपल, डू यू वांट टू हेल्प, हाउ विल योर जॉब एंड द मनी दैट यू आर गेटिंग हेल्प यू? वो जो मैं कॉर्पोरेट रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी की बात कर रहा था कि आप मुशायरा कर रहे हैं, राइट, देखिए, यू मस्ट ब्रिंग दैट टुगेदर. You must bring that together. Volunteering as a company, companies जो बाहर जाती हैं, you know, as a together, as a team, they have sports, they sponsor their cricket teams, they do all that kind of stuff, right? The companies who don't do that are shallow, absolutely shallow and hollow, and their only thing is, I want to make money out of these people. These people are a cost, not an investment. Yeah, I mean, it happens in the West as well. I'm not saying it just happens in Pakistan, but the best companies actually, you know, they must, because each human being is an individual with their own individual needs. So I started off, आपकी पर्सनल ड्रीम चार्ट क्या है, हाउ डू यू कन्वे दैट. जब आपका अप्रेजल होता है, यहाँ तो अप्रेजल होता ही नहीं है. So, you know, have you delivered your KPIs for the company? Then you need to ask, have you delivered my KPIs for my, have you invested in my future? But, you know, the surgy culture doesn't allow you to answer that question. And unless you do that, you're not going to have that cooperative movement. Agar mujhe pata hai this is a relationship of two partners, I will deliver the company's KPIs, they will help me to deliver my life's KPIs. That's the only way forward.